So whenever you get ready to sew your pillow together, you want to make sure that you have it pinned all the way around, and on one side where your horizontal, like parallel with your stitching, your horizontal stitching, you want to have a space, and that space needs to be left open so that you can stuff your hand in there and get the stuffing in. So you're going to start on the pin closest to you, put your edge of your fabric on 5/8, lower your presser foot, remove the pin, and make sure, since the last stitch you did was a zigzag, that you go back to your 3 straight stitch. Put your needle down. You're going to stitch 2 or 3 stitches and then back stitch, and then continue on. And see how his is just a little uneven here? That's okay, because we're still going to cover it up. Use the bottom one because you know that's the straighter one. Alright, we learned that we could do a reinforced stitch in the corner, so what I like to do is go ahead and go all the way down to my corner and then move my stitch length down to 1, back stitch about 1/4 inch to reinforce that corner, come on down to about where you think. A little clue is your 5/8 inch mark is when the bottom of your fabric gets lined up here with the bottom of your needle plate. So you leave your needle down, lift up your presser foot, turn, and you'll see you're exactly on 5/8 here. You're going to sew about 1/4 inch, back stitch, back to that corner again, change, and that just reinforces those corners, okay? Since this is a pillow that's going on your bed, it's probably not going to get a lot of wear and tear, but if it were outside or maybe like a couch pillow that would get a lot of wear and tear, you definitely would want to do that on every pillow that you make. So I'm just going around and using my 5/8 inch seam allowance here. Now this has come out just a tad bit off, but we can fix it once we come back to this edge. It's very important to pin your fabric together evenly whenever you start. So you'll come to this corner as well. And I'm going to have to go by what's underneath here. Let me go ahead and back stitch. That reinforcement. Lift up your presser foot, turn, and you'll see that I'm off a little bit, but there's my 5/8 inch mark underneath. So you'll want to get a pair of scissors and just try to straighten this back up. This happens because you've done all these other seams and seam finishes, and so it does come out a little bit uneven. I'm just going to continue with my reinforced stitch a little bit, and then go back up to 3, come back down, and I will stop and let him continue to finish all the way around. Now, come right here. You sew all the way around to this other pin here where your opening is. Back stitch that opening, pull the pin out, and then you have this left open so that you can turn your pillow inside out. The next step after you have done that is to take and trim off your corners. Right here, you don't want to go past your seam line, but remember how we did our trim and clip on our facing? There's no clipping or snipping, notching involved. You just trim it at a 45-degree angle here. Like I said, do not go into the corner stitching or you'll end up having a hole in your stitch or in the corner of your pillow. But what this does is it helps reduce the bulk, and it actually makes a perfect corner whenever you turn your fabric right side out. Okay? So that's what you're going to do. Trim all your corners and then turn it right side out, and we'll be ready to stuff it.